one-to-many relationship. For the program, one-to-many for enrollment, just like that. So yeah, just like that. So yeah, for the normalization, my database is normalized to 3NF. And this is because it has gone through the 1NF and 2NF stage. So what this basically means is just to protect the quality of data that is being put into the database. We're not repeating groups. All the tables have primary keys, and there's no transitive dependencies. So now this is SQL implementation. So I have a lot of all of this, but I know that each student is going to be getting like 10 minutes. So I needed to summarize as much as possible. So during the SQL implementation, I did use DML, which is data manipulation, data definition language and data manipulation language. So for the data definition, which is the create database, first of all, I needed to create a database for this organization. And I did that by running my create database ACE Digital Academy. So if you look at the left-hand side, you see that when I did run, it was successful and it created the database, which is ACE Digital Academy right there. So after that, I needed to create my tables. So that's where the data definition, the data manipulation, right? Language comes in. Yeah. So I needed to create all my tables. So I created the client table, the program tables. And when you're creating, you're going to list the columns that you need. So for the client table, there's the client ID, the full name, email, phone number, country. And I also needed to include my data type into this query and, put the constraints that I want. Not null, I don't want no nulls. I defined the column that's going to be like that's going to have the primary key. So when all of that is done, I ran my statements it created, and that's where you have the data, the DBO, which is a schema dot clients. So next was to impute my data into that particular table. So this is the statement. It's insert into the client's table. And these are the values that I needed to insert: the names of the clients as they are registering, their email address, their phone number, and the country that they are registering from. So when that is done, I ran my select statement, and yes, this is where you have the data. So same process I went through for all the other tables, which is the session, insert the data, and also run the select statement to see if the data is actually in there. So for the next question, we were tasked to run certain queries, essential queries, across board, just to make sure that, we can get certain information. And I choose to do joint statements. I think we needed to do at least 2 joint statements, but yeah. So the first one was to retrieve all the clients and the programs that they enrolled in. So the clients, remember, I have a client table, I also have program table. There are 2 different tables, right? So I needed to pull information from 2 different tables so I can get the information from the client table and also the program table. And this is the query that I ran, the select statement with the inner join from the client table and the program table, and also the enrollment as well, right? Because from the client, I have the full name and email address. From the program, I have the program name. And from the enrollment, I have the enrollment date and also the status of the client. So once I was able to do that, this was the result, right? Yes, this was the result that I got. Same thing, this one was to show the payments made by each client. This I got from the program table, the enrollment table, and also the clients table. And this one is to list all the upcoming sessions for each client. Yeah, so this was also gotten from clients, program, and session table. So for the data governance, these were the measures that I put in place. Under security, I have role-based access for the admins, the SQL Server admins, coaches, and finance staff. So with the role-based, you give access to you give role-based access to individuals. The coaches, for example, they only have access to the session table because that is what they need, you know, to be able to know the clients that they're going to be having their session with. For the finance staff, they have access to the payments, and the admin, of course, the admin has access to the whole of the database just in case there's any troubleshooting to be done. There's apply list access privilege. Like I said, clients do not have access to the backend. Probably they have an application they're dealing with, you know, to have access to, well, to get information about the programs, their registration, you know, the upcoming sessions and all of that. Then there's also encryption at rest. This just means you're protecting the data at its place of rest, making sure that, you know, you're preventing theft and nobody's getting to your data. And the second one is encryption in transit. If you're transferring your data out, you know, you need to protect it during the transfer process and make sure that, you know, your data is safe. Then store only necessary personal information to reduce exposure in case of hacking. Then there's also data masking. And this will come in when you're storing information like credit card information, you know, you protect it so that certain information is just protected, you know, in case of hacking. Then for the data integrity parts, primary key, I've already spoken about that. Then we have a foreign key, foreign keys. Then we're doing checks, checks and not constraints to make sure that, you know, to ensure data integrity. Then there's also the unique constraints and regular backups in case data needs to be recovered. Then for external, we're protecting PIIs, which is personal information, as much as possible. This, I think the credit card information will fall under this, you know, phone numbers, email address, we're protecting all of that. Then we're also making sure that we're following international guidelines because, like I said, we're getting clients from all over the world, right? Place like Canada, they have their own guidelines, so we need to follow that. EU, they have their own guidelines, we need to also follow that as well. We're going to be getting consents before we store setting data, and we're also going to let the clients know we're storing those data and use payments like secure methods of payments to store credit cards information and so on. Now, that's the end of the SQL parts. So this is the Power BI session. So I structured this dashboard for eye-level oversight to operational performance. So the first page, I have 2 pages because I couldn't fit all and I didn't want it to be crowded. So I structured it for eye-level oversight to operational performance. So this first page gives regulator or executive instant visibility into the volume, geography, products, and so on. Before I do that, yeah, let me just give a quick analysis. So this, a quick overview. This is what overview is about. So this data was gotten from CF, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And it's just data on consumer complaints over time.
5 minutes more. 5 minutes more.
5 minutes more. Okay. For certain products that are being offered across different companies. So the total number of companies that I got, which are the key performance index, were 1,081 companies participated in this project. Yeah. Then the total complaints gotten was 62,516. 62,516. Yeah. Then the resolved complaints so far 61,000, which is high. The in progress complaints is 1,494, and the products are 9. So over the years, between 2017 and 2023, this is the data, right? We can see that from late 2019, the complaints across board started to increase and it got to a peak in 2022. Then there was a decline for the complaints in 2023. Then from this, we can see that the high risk products, right? They are the checkings accounts, the credit card accounts, credit reporting and mortgages. And if we go to the states, this data was gotten from states in the United States. And if we go to states, we'll see that the hotspots with so much complaints are states like California, Florida, New York, and Texas. The submission, like how do people submit their complaints? They submit through web, referrers, phone, postal mail, fax. And, most clients utilize web to submit their complaints. So web got the most complaints. For the company size and the comparison, we found that smaller companies have 70% of those complaints as compared to large companies, which is like 10%, and average companies like 20%. Sezua. This is the second page of my analysis. I just did a screenshot because I know we're going to be limited with time, but if you have further questions, I can show you the Power BI directly and we can do the manipulation over there. Here is just the second page and it's kind of like the opposite of the first. For the low risk products, we have the student loan, the payday loan, vehicle loans or lease. States with low complaints, we have North Dakota, Wyoming, South Dakota, and Vermont. And email and web referrer had the lowest submission rates as compared to web in the first page. And also the response quality varied across. So over here is just showing you what the different boxes, what's the like the information that they're giving. So yeah. Or the questions that I answered. And for the analytical side of things, why overall, like I said in the first page,
there were 62. Can go to the last one.
62,000 complaints and 62,000 complaints, and we had like 61 response. So that's to show that the response rate exceed 90%. Average response time and relief outcomes vary across company and issue type, and some companies consistently outperform peers and in timeless and resolution. So yeah, this is what this is. And for the Excel, this is quite short. Yeah, this is my Excel dashboard. And it's quite interactive, but just because of this presentation, I did the screenshots. So the Excel, it's Nova Bank, and Nova Bank, we're talking about borrowers and the borrowers that are most likely to default on their loans. So debt consolidation and IS. So yeah, for the sorry. Okay, so for the total amount of loan, I'll start with my key measures first, which is the KPI. Over the course of the data, we have $312 million that was given out as loan. The total amount of borrowers, 32,581. The average loan amount given to each individuals is like 9,589. The average interest rate is like 11%, and overall default rate is 17.63%. The defaults, the loan purpose, like people were taking these loans because of debt consolidation, educational purpose, home improvement, medical, personal, and personal ventures and ventures as well. The countries that were included in this analysis were Canada, the United Kingdom, and USA. And from this country comparison, we saw that the UK has most likely defaulters as compared to Canada, which has the lowest, right? Employment type, I also did an employment type. analysis to determine how employment affects the loan repayments. And I saw that the people that had full-time employment actually pay more than people that are self-employed and unemployed, right? So in conclusion, yeah, my time is going. In conclusion, I found that debt consolidation and education, people that are borrowing because of those causes are higher defaulters when it comes to loan repayments. For low people that take loan because they want to improve their homes, they are low defaulters. So recommendation is purpose-based pricing and risk control when it comes to loan grade. Then loan purpose and defaults, debt consolidation and education, they are higher defaulters. Home improvements, lower defaulters. Yeah, okay, why did I repeat that? Risk category versus loans, higher loan amounts plus low income.
Time up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well done. This is great.
Thank you.
I'm really impressed. I'm impressed. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. I mean, this is really good, and it shows that you have really learned. You have learned a lot. I mean, so for our new joiner, you can say this is what you'll be able to do after 3 months. As a matter of fact, one of our students actually became the first runner-up of the Global Data Analysis Challenge on LinkedIn. So which shows that we actually giving the value. So thank you so much, AEs, for this beautiful presentation. So I will give the floor to the judges. If there is any comments, anything to add. Yeah, Mr. Lawrence, you can come up, please.
All right, thank you very much. It's a very nice presentation, good insights. For me, I'll give you like excellent, right? The only concern I have is the SQL implementation, right? Yeah, I understand that it was a screenshot, but it would have been nice that it was like a page at a time, just so that we can follow, so we can see like your queries and all of that. But overall, it's an excellent presentation. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for that, Mr. Lawrence. Mr. Saeed. Yeah, Saeed, are you there?
Yeah. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Nice presentation, actually. I look at a lot of insights, really. You'll be able to dig into the data to come up with different insight that the business will really need. But the takeaway I will give is that regardless of the number of insights or how huge your data is, don't forget your end goal for every analysis for you to communicate to your relevant stakeholders. What are the objectives? What do they want to achieve? So that becomes your major focus whenever you're making a presentation to your audience. Trust me, the dashboards, how interactive they were, or many of the number of insights that you have there, how fancy your dashboard is, they don't mean anything to the stakeholders. You don't communicate what they intend to achieve at the end of the day. So the takeaway is have a way to meet them halfway whenever you're communicating. What exactly do they want to do? And what are you communicating to them away from the inside? Maybe 2 or 3 punchy insights, then you tell a story around whatever you see within the data. That will communicate it better. But all in all, well insights or digging into the data for you to come up with all of those analysis. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for that feedback. Yeah, Mr. Dmeji, sir, do you have anything for us?
Aziz, what are you paying for this service? You want to keep me on this call for how long? What's that?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, for me, where do I start from? Yeah, not bad. It's okay. It's cool. At least for somebody learning that and being able to churn out all those things within that space of time, it's not a bad idea. It's a good stuff, really. As the last person, said about communication, it has its own formula. So you need to try as much as possible to learn that. And again, this goes to every other person that's on this call that will be churning out data or this kind of thing. When you are presenting, present with PowerPoint. You don't need to bring all these things here. Bring your PowerPoint into it. So the business owners, the process owners, they are not interested in all this they are doing. Do you understand? They are interested in the insights. Right. So when you're presenting, you keep this as, oh, okay, you want me to show you, this is it. Right. But in reporting, go PowerPoint, get the objective as the other person spoke about it, get the metrics, what are the insights, and what are your suggestions or recommendations. The moment you put this before them, let them now ask, okay, how did you get here? Then you bring up your stuff and start turning them out, the real PowerPoint presentation. But everything that you have brought in here is fine, right? However, in communicating it, put everything on PowerPoint presentation. It's a fantastic, I mean, you did it well. Honestly, you did it well. I can say that over and over again. I was impressed. Normally I look for something in the dashboard, and I think you got me there. I look at the colors. How have you been able to work around the colors? You don't just present. You need to bring some level of empathy, some level of professionalism. There must be a flow, a connection between the data, and the images they are saying, so that they are able to come with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Everybody have said it all. Then I'm really impressed, seriously. And I don't have anything to contribute. You really tried. And I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. All right. So we'll go to the next person. I'm not sure Baby Sola is on this call. So we'll go directly to Ayobami. Ilesomi Ayobami.
Good evening, everyone.
Everybody's 15 minutes maximum.
Oh,
yes, please. You can come on.
okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ayobami.
If you can use lesser time, it's good for us.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let me just share my screen. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm going to share my screen now.
Yeah, can use your video too.
I hope my time has not started. Somebody's laughing.
Okay, we want to see your face as well.
Okay, sorry. Where am I? Okay. Can you see my face now? Okay, good day. Yeah, good evening, everyone. And I wish you happy new year. Also, this is Ayobami Ilesomi. Presenting to you is my capstone project. And yeah. So I'll go directly to my first task here, which is I picked this application area, which is hotel room booking and guest inquiry system, because as we know today in Nigeria, many hotels depend on manual book logs, phone calls, and spreadsheets. So this application area should be able to minimize or eradicate or reduce the paperwork of hotel operations, and subsequently, reduce the error that comes with manual way of imputing data. So the next one is the system support. These are the things that the system entails, which is guest registration, room categorization, reservation, guest inquiries, and payment process. And we have business rules, which is stated here up here. And this is my ER diagram. We have entities such as inquiry, guest, booking, payment, and room with their corresponding attributes. So I'll just go direct to the relationship and the cardinalities, and also the normalization. Normalization, I made use of a third form of normalization. And I go directly to the database creation. So I made use of create table statement to be able to create the entities, create the tables. And as you can see above, yeah.
Hello, Ebami. Can you
Yeah.
use slideshow so it's bigger?
Use what?
Slideshow.
Slideshow, yeah.
At the top, yeah. You just need to do next. Move 2 spaces to the right.
Just press F5. F5.
What?
Press F5 button. F5. F5 on the top of your keyboard.
Yeah.
Play.
No, it's not playing.
And look at it down. Look at it down here on your right. Down on your right. Where you do percentage, whatever. The last one. No, the last one. Come towards the right.
Towards the right, yeah.
Towards your right. Yeah, that one.
This one?
No, that one, yes, that one. Click on it.
Yeah. So you just do next. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so so this is I made use of the create table statement, and we were able to create the tables, the entities, and yeah. And this is the result for the this is the result for the tables that was created. Yeah. This is the result for the tables that were created. And moving up to create inserting the records into these tables, and we made use of insert into statement to put records in the tables, and we have the results for the insert statement here. Now this is the query. So we were able to get the list of rooms which are available, and list of rooms which are available and double. And this is the total amount received in the month of April, And the next one is guest room booking table. This is the combination of about 3 tables, which is guest room booking, using inner join to bring out these records. And yeah, so moving on to this security, integrity, ethics, and legal issues as regards the data. So following the industry best practice, we all know that not all the department will be will assess the data. So can I just skip to the next one, please?
Go ahead.
Yes, please.
So yeah, so this is my section B. See, section B is about the Power BI. This is CFPB consumer complaints. And as you can see here, we have total complaints, which is 62,516. And we have total timely response rates to be 0.94. Average response time of each of the companies is 15.09. So I did this average minimum this gauge chart because just to have insight into the minimum and the maximum average time response response time. So this is the maximum. 18.37 is the maximum response time for the companies, and we have the minimum time to be 11.4. Yeah, 11.4, and the average is 15.09 on the chart. So moving on to total complaint by product. So from here we can see that checking or saving account is the product that have the highest number of complaints, and the lowest being the debt collection. Now moving on to total complaint by year. This is the chart that is representing the total complaint by year, and looking at this, we were able to see that the time that they have most complaint falls within a second and third quarter of the year. When you drill down this chart, and you see that it falls within second and third quarter of the year. And this is my next slide. My next slide, this is the state of, yeah, these are the states that are involved in where the companies are and that are this is the total company by states. And we can see that California is the most with the most complaint, which is 13,700. And so we have average response days by channel. Email is the most channel that people use most to submit channel, followed by fax, phone number, referral, web, postal mail, and the last one being web reference referral. Moving on to the next one. So we have a count of issue by product. So we have checking or saving account as the most. And next one is count raised by company. We have the company with the most complaint is company 0878, as you can see here, having 8.1K thousand. Yeah. So this is the company with the most complaints, having 83,000 complaints, and we have the complaint rate to be 0.83. So this is the correlation between the competition and complaints, and we have 0.027116.
4 minutes more.
1 minute more. Okay, so
4
minutes more. Okay. So correlation between, so this correlation means that, you know, it has low effect on the complaints. And the figure here, we have correlation between size, style, and the complaint is minus 0.02. This one means that there is no correlation, there is no relationship between the size, style, and the complaints. And my section C is about the Nova Bank Credit Risk Dashboard. So we have total customers to be 32,581. We have here we have here in the column, there's this column that we have missing values, and it's and we cannot account for about 9.6% of the values of this which is loan rate column. So, and yeah, which is 9.6%. So we have general overall default rate is 22%. So we have loan amounts to income ratio to be 0.386. Loan interest rates is 0.335. Debt to income ratio 0.3822. Loan to interest rate 0.105. Loan term to default 0.118. Now, loan grade. So we have these loan grades A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and from these charts we can see that G is having G is the group that have high risk of default is G, followed by F, E, and D, as we can see in this chart. Now, moving on to length of employment group. So we have about 63% having we have this group between 20 and 25 that have length of employment between 20 and 25 years, having 63% default rate, as compared to others having low interest rates. Now, this is loan amount, and this red line represents default rates. So we have 0.39 for loan amount between 24,500 and 28,000. So between 24,500 between 24,500 and 28,000, we can see that this is where we have this high default rates to be 0.39. And the state, we discover that I discovered that the state is not having that much. There is not much difference in the states of where these people who apply for loan. There's not much difference in the default rate as we can have as we have in the line as we have here.
Time up, you can conclude, please.
So in conclusion, a group of people who are likely to default, are people who apply, who are, who falls within this group, which who apply for this group of loan of GFE. And if we come to, and if you talk about loan interest rates, and if you talk about loan interest rate, so I discovered that between 18 and 24% people who apply for a loan interest rate within 18 to 24% have a high interest rate.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the wonderful presentation. This is very nice. Okay, so I'll give the floor to the judges to give us their take on it. Mr. Lawrence.
Thank you, Alaka.
Yes, if anyone also have questions, if anyone has question, please ask him as well. Anyone on the call, if you have any question about what he has done, please put up your hand so I can call you.
Just a bit.
All right, thank you, Ayabami. Thank you for the. Thank you for
please still use your video. We want to see your face.
Ayabami, let's see your face.
God. Oh my God.
So for me, I think you were a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
right? Because I noticed like a lot of incomplete sentences.
Yeah.
And then when you talk about time, you didn't really tell us whether it was measured in seconds, in minutes, or in hours and all that. That's one. And then, when Eyes presented earlier, we talked about, like the problem statements, your key insight, and then your recommendation. Some of those were missing in your presentation. And then the loan grades, you categorize them by GF, you use letters, but you didn't tell us, the basis for the categorization, right? So it's very important that you carry your audience along when you are doing a presentation like this. There are people who are, just here for the first time, they are new to data, data analysis and all of that. So it would be nice, to accommodate such persons. So overall, it's a good performance. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lawrence.
So for me, one of the tenets of IT is that IT is like acting, right? So if no one has told you, you should hear from me. IT is acting, Nollywood, right? That's IT. It's the hype. The hype is the major job. All right. You see somebody on the TV, and when you see the person, you say this person just look ordinary, and I used to look at the acting. The person was only acting. So the same thing with IT. If you cannot deliver in coherence, whatever you have is invalid. All right. Now, your dashboard, your beautification was very beautiful, far more than, I'm sorry to my sister. She's actually my sister, Ehis, but she delivered perfectly. You see the difference. Even if your own is so beautiful like this, nobody will take you because of the way you were nervous and you were speaking. So that is why in IT, one of the things you should do is to face the mirror every day. If you are not doing that now, start doing it, especially you. Face the mirror. If you have a wife, let her ask you some questions, or you yourself ask yourself some questions. Talk to the mirror. That is the way to the heart of every company. If whatever you have, you cannot deliver it, is invalid. Nobody will give you a chance to practicalize anything until you are able to speak it. All right? That is the truth. No matter the accent you have, nobody cares about your accent. Whatever they care about is how you deliver. Okay? If a pastor is murmuring and doing nonsense, you would leave the church actually. The same thing applies to IT. The greatest thing in IT is the hype. If you are not able to hype yourself, you will not be able to sell yourself. So before they even give you a chance, you are able to hype yourself to tell them, this thing, I'm able to deliver it and I know it. So that is the way they will now give you a chance and find out that you are not really as good as you say you are. But they no longer have excuse or any excuse or anything to leave you to say you should go. They now have to train you on the job. But if you are speaking like this and you have a beautiful presentation, but you cannot present it, it's of no use. So I will not babysit you. I'll tell you the truth. Go back, speak to the mirror, or take a mic. Go and buy a mic. Buy a mic. Start speaking like you want to start doing a podcast. You understand? So buy a mic. Don't worry. It's the process. Because the IT, you have seen it now. I don't know too much. Lawrence does not know too much. I can tell you Alaka doesn't know too much. The real truth is the hype. They will tell you that IT people, they do one special thing. Nobody do any special thing. This is all you have to learn in IT. You have learned it now. All right. You have started learning it. So whatever they give you to do, you will always learn it. But if you cannot speak it, how will I now trust you that you know it? Okay. So congratulations, bro.
Thank you so much, Mr. Uwa, for that. Yeah. Said, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I think Godwin has already spoken my mind already. So one thing I noticed also, because when you're just getting started in data, which is the foundation of everybody that is doing data now, we all started with probably Excel, Power BI. You just wanted to show a lot in your presentation, right? But I see a lot of insights. I see a lot of graph. I see a lot of charts. You know, I know you want to show everything that you really dig into the data, right? But what you needed to do, like I told the previous presenter, is that look at the key areas from the problem statement of what you're trying to solve. Let your presentation now showcase exactly what that is going to be whenever you're speaking to them. And that's what is going to stand you out, because they needed to see the numbers. They needed to see an insight, you know, from what you are showing them to connect the dots. And if you're not able to communicate that with business stakeholders or whoever you're doing the presentation for, they're going to be lost in the process. So what I would advise, all Godwin has said are very, very valuable. I was going to say of that. So that's to take care of. Think about the relevant insight that you think the stakeholders want to say. But see, and then the last one I'm going to say is using the right charts to, you know, show the right insight. It's also very, very important. I see some insights where you're trying to show some correlation and all of that. Does the business stakeholders want to see all of that? Is it part of the business statement or problem statement that you see? Once you're able to, you know, map up all of these guys, and I think you go where to perform better with what you currently have now. So mop up the insights, knowing the insight you want to communicate, then communicate effectively. Look at the person that you want to communicate those insights to, because they want to see your confidence also when you're making those presentations. If you are scared or they see that you don't have that confidence to present, nobody will trust you with the data you want to present in the first place. And in the world of data, as you are presenting the insight, be prepared for people that will challenge the numbers you're showing them. So if you are not confident presenting what you have now, you know, they have everything to, you know, draw their bazooka and start firing in the first place. Yeah. So that's what I would just advise you to do.
Thank you so much, Mr. Said, for that. Yeah, Mr. Ademeji. Okay. All right. So while we wait for him, so for my side, you really tried. You did well. For me, thing is to be able to present what you have done, to be able to present it. Okay. Thank you, sir.
What I see here is not too far from what others saw, but I'm not going to blame you. No, am I going to say it? Maybe I should put it this way. You've done well within this few period. Fine, there are rooms for improvement, which is okay. And if you ask me, I would rather say the challenge is around confidence. Right. If you can stand before us and not being confident, we are together. And what now happens if you stand before people in the office and you feel like, pfft. So as one of the speakers just mentioned, how would they trust you? Why do you think they would trust you and that kind of thing? So for me, it's not a bad idea. What you have presented is fine, it's okay. But you take away that will need you to put at the back of your minds be around confidence, because confidence helps you to stand before people, say it the way it is. You don't care about whose eyes are red or whatever, just say it. That's confidence. You must believe in it. Secondly, you need to go learn more about how to make fantastic presentation. It goes beyond just putting stuff on the you don't need to bore your audience. Make it easy for you. On PowerPoint, you don't need to put stories, too many stories there. They can read just as you can read, right? But just highlight, of what they need to know and those screenshots that they need to see. Put everything there. Nobody's, like I mentioned earlier, nobody's interested in all those your technical stuff. They just want you to communicate what your findings. That's all. So it's not a bad idea. You've done well, but you can do a lot more. Improve your presentation skill, which is to go learn more about PowerPoint. Improve your confidence. That is to believe in what you are saying that is true, is correct. And to believe that you that are talking about it, you know exactly what you are saying. So get that, I think the rest will be easy. And the last thing, maybe which is minor though, if you look at your dashboards, you tend to make it, well, you were trying to do a story, really, but you really need to. Right, it will be better to have a dashboard just without long story English inside. Right, leave the story for another side, which is fair. The colors are too boring. They are too boring. You know what it is when you are sitting in a meeting room and somebody's giving you a boring presentation, you are sleeping. That's the meaning. So you need to avoid that. You need to learn to do a presentation that people will not be able to sit down. If I say they will not be able to sit down, they will not be able to sit down. I know what I'm saying. I'm saying this from experience. I've done a presentation whereby even the CEO of the organization could not sit down. Everybody opened their mouth, right? That is the kind of thing you just try. Thank you. Aziz, I'm done.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, Haywire. It's a wonderful presentation. Well done. So I believe please work on what everyone has said. The reason why we're having this section is also one of the way to learn. So to give you confidence to be able to, even during an interview, you need that confidence. They ask you a question, even when you are not sure, you need to say it confidently. That's one of the reasons why I like one of my my friend Godwin. Even if Godwin is saying rubbish, Godwin is going to say it confidently, and it's going to convince you that what he said is the truth, and you are going to be convinced. So please let's get that done. Thank you so much. So the next person is Yinyilola. Yinyilola, please you can start. So please let us stick with the time. 15 minutes. We'll be happy if you can use less than that. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll just screen now. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. So you can use F5 to make it big.
Sorry?
Yeah, F5 to make it big. To be in the slide mode. You can use the down logo. There's something at the down part. I click on it. I think maybe your F5, you need to press FN as well. So you can use that down logo. Your time has started.
Yes, sorry. I'm trying to do that.
Let's see.
Yeah, down. Look at this thing that look like
Can you see now? Can you see it clearly now?
Yeah, yeah,
I
we
think
can, we can.
it's there.
Yes, that one, yes. Click on it. Yes, it's fine now.
Okay. All right. So good evening, everyone. My name is Nilola and I'm going to be presenting the capital project for presented only, which is the credit risk analysis for Nova Bank. So this portfolio risk review and insight vision as I go on. The analysis focused on optimizing loan approval decisions while managing default risk. And we have balance between the inclusive lending and financial sustainability. Also, skill applied, data cleaning, data analysis, then the Excel-based modeling. So the original data set have 32,581 rows and 28 columns. But after the cleaning, in order to remove some data that are not needed in the presentation, it was reduced to 1,000. It was reduced to 1,000 borrowers and 16 key variables. So it covers personal, medical, education, and business loans. And we have 3 countries involved, as USA, UK, and Canada. As earlier stated, we have 1,000 borrowers in the data set I used. And out of this, we have 77.1% of the borrowers that repaid the loans. That's about 771 borrowers. And defaulted, we have 22.9%, that's 229 borrowers. So the overall portfolio exhibits moderate default frequency. For the financial exposure and losses, the total loan disbursed is $8.91 million, and the estimated loss from default is $2.72 million. The default losses represent 30.5% of the total loan value, and defaults are concentrated in relatively larger loan sizes. For the borrower demographics, we have a geographic distribution where we have UK leading with 348, then Canada with 333, and USA with 300. So for the educational level, bachelor degree, we have the 100% bachelor degree holders who are the borrowers. We have the employment status, 100% full-time employees. Then the demographics show limited variability as we described. So this is the dashboard that was designed for this. And just a moment, please. Okay, maybe later I'm going to go back to show us, to play it so that we can see. But from here, we can see, let me try to zoom it. We can see from here that the unemployed have the highest defaulter rate. The highest defaulters are the unemployed, followed by the self-employed, then the part-time, and then full-time. For the default rate by home ownership, we have those that are renting homes as the highest defaulters. And where we have those that own homes themselves, those who own their homes are the least defaulters. For the default rate by income band, we can see here that the highest The highest defaulters are those with the least income. Okay. A moment, please. Then for the loan grade by employment type, the loan grade by employment type, we have the full-time, the part-time, self-employed, and the unemployed. Yeah, so based on their employment status, their loan grade also differs. And we have the unemployed, those that are unemployed with the least loan grade. Those are the ones that have least access to loans. Okay. Sorry, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so for the credit grade profile, we have the entire portfolio consisting of grade B borrowers. And among this, we have the 77.1% of them were able to repay their loans, and 22.9% defaulted within the grade B. This indicates meaningful risk, often in mid-tier credit grades, and lack of grade diversity limits risk differentiation. The key risk drivers identified, okay, for the loan amounts that are not solely driven by, borrower income, and the higher interest rates associated with higher default rates. Longer loan tenures also showed increased default probability. From the dashboard, we have the loan term versus the default risk. The default rate rise with longer loan terms. 60-month loans show the highest default incidence, and extended repayment horizons increase credit risk exposure. For the debt to income distribution, 57% performing versus 43% defaults in the income analysis. The affordability metrics are critical for early risk detection. So this is the dashboard for the loan structure. For the loan structure, I'm trying to zoom this. And as mentioned, we can see it here, the default rate by loan term, and then the debt to income distribution by loan status. If time permits me, I'm going to see how they relate to each other.
6 more minutes. 6 more minutes.
So the key thank you. The key observations: moderate default frequency but elevated loss severity was observed, and exposure weighted risk metrics are essential. Loan size and tenure significantly influence losses. For strategic recommendation policy, I recommend that the bank should tighten approval or pricing for 36 to 60 months loan, and then introduce stricter debt to income caps beyond 30 to 35%. The bank should also apply loan to income limits for higher risk segments. For the risk management, the bank should strengthen early delinquency monitoring system, implement automated alerts for DTI stress and payment delays, and use behavioral and affordability metrics alongside credit grades. For the portfolio growth, the bank should focus growth on stable, full-term salaried borrowers, and also offer preferential rates and pre-approved loans to low-risk clients. The bank should also adjust scoring on housing status and income stability. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the beautiful presentation. Thank you so much, and for sticking with the time. Yeah, Mr. Lawrence. You are muted, Mr. Lawrence.
Sorry, I didn't know I was muted. I've been speaking since. All right, so thank you very much for the presentation, me and Lola. Overall, it's a good performance. Just a disclaimer to guys who are joining us for the first time. This person is not necessarily in the financial sector. Like when you are in the data space, right? Anywhere you find yourself, you fit in, right? So most of these persons who are doing this presentation, they are not necessarily in this sector, but you just need that background knowledge of data. And once you're able to get that background knowledge, you can speak on any topic, you can get insight and then do like a wonderful presentation like this one. Thank you once again.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Lawrence. Yeah, Mr. Godwin, you have something for her? Okay, Said, you have something for her?
Yeah, just a quick one. It's a nice presentation, really, because she was very, very direct to the problem statements and deeply dive into the insight. But what our advice is, in the next presentations, all your, what do you call it now? The slides we're showing at the end, the recommendations, right? So highlight them and make them much more punchy when they say, put them on one slide so that people don't have to go to different slides to remember what you said the last time. So by the time you are presenting, they are seeing all those recommendations in one place, and it's very straight and it's very direct. And all in all, it's a very direct presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Said, for that. Okay, Mr. Lawrence.
All right, sorry, my hands were raised. Yeah, thank you. Right, I just wanted to say, for this screen that I'm seeing, right, this scattered plot is a lot. I missed out that part, right? This scattered plot is a lot. There is one that has the scattered plot.
Okay.
The data, I don't think scattered plot is best for that data type. It's scattered all over the place. So you just might want to look. Yes, this scattered plot, this one to the left, even the one next to it. So you need to look for something that will be able to present your data exactly how you need it. Thank you.
Yeah, so then in addition to that, it also depends on what she wants to showcase. So it's actually looking at relationship between two things.
Yeah, if it's an outlier, it's fine. I can see the one.
Yeah.
Overall,
check the relationship, the collinearity. If the collinearity of two things, from here we can see that they are not collinear. I mean, they are not in the same direction. So depending on what you want to showcase, that will bring out the insight that you want to give out, which should be part of what you are going to talk about. All right, thank you, everyone. Mr. Ademeji, do you have anything, sir? So I'm really glad you're able to do something like this with Excel. So this is Excel, and this is beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
Well, for me, this is not good enough. There's still a lot more work to do. There is need for a lot more work. The presentation is very poor. I mean, the dashboard is very poor, which cannot appeal to anybody in the room. No. The presentation, yes, it's okay. The reporting is nice, the way the reporting should be, but the way the presentation is not appealing to the eye at all. In whichever way you look at it from, and I can see that you use Excel instead of Power BI. So there's still a lot more work to do in that respect. So I think we should improve on that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. For the Power BI reports, did you work on it? Do you work on the Power BI reports? Because I know this is for the Excel.
No.
Okay. Because we specifically instruct them that use Power BI for this project can use Excel for this project. I mean, we know that if they use Power BI for the two, it might be more better because Power BI have more features, but we want them to be conversant with the usage of Excel to be able to do something beautiful like this. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. So the next person is Temitope Ajakaye. Thank you, Anyola.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Temitope, please, your time start now. 15 minutes.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening. You have the floor.
Okay, sir. Can I share my screen now?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, sir. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry, where did I go to again? I'm sorry. Can you see my screen?
You can. You just stop sharing. You can reshare now.
Okay, sir. Okay. Is it on now?
Yes, yes, it's okay now. It's okay. Can go ahead.
I don't know why. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Temitope Bamidele, and so this project is about creating a database to help a gym house manage its daily operations instead of using just paper and spreadsheets. The gym can store all their important information in one system. So this is the business analysis of the company. This is designed to support the daily operations of a small local gym. And the gym offers different membership plans, such as monthly, annual, and student options. And these are the case scenarios of the gym house. We have member registration. When the member just joined the gym, we collect their name, contact details, and their chosen membership plans. And all of them are recorded in the system. And these are the business rules for the gym house. Every member must be linked to exactly one membership plan, while each plan can have many members. And members can also make multiple payments, but every payment must belong to a specific member. And these are their entities and their attributes. And this slide explains exactly what information is stored in each entity. So for member, we have basic personal details like their name, and their member ID is their primary key, which is like a unique identifier for each of the members. And we also have first name, last name. And under membership, we also have the membership ID, and we have membership type and so on. Moving on, this is the ELD for the gym management system. And this diagram just shows how information in the gym management system is organized and connected to each other. And this box represents an important part of the gym, such as members, membership, and all of that. And the lines between these boxes shows how each part are related to each other. For example, one member can make many payments and book many fitness classes, which is like one-to-many. And this is the database normalization. And basically, normalization is just the process of organizing data, so it's not repeated unnecessarily. And every table has a primary key to uniquely identify records. And the foreign keys are used to connect the tables together. And these are the table and primary, these are the tables and the primary keys and the foreign keys for each tables. And this is how I created the tables in my SQL. And this is how I created the table member. And I also used the same method for the remaining tables too. And this is the sample data insertion. So for member, I inserted their first name, last name, email, and all of that. And I also did the same thing for membership table, trainer, and fitness class payment and class booking tables. Just because of time, I could not fit everything into these slides. So this is a screenshot from my SQL, and this screenshot shows when I extracted the details from the member table, and it brought out their member ID, which is the unique identifier, their first name, last name, phone, email, and their join dates. And this is another query that I ran on SQL, and it showed the available gym membership plans, their price, and their duration. And it also helps staffs to explain options to customers. And this is a join query that I ran. And this query combines information from 3 tables, which is the member table, the payment table, and the membership. And it shows which member paid for which membership plan, how much they paid, and when the payment was made. So basically, the join function was used to just connect the tables using their IDs, so related information can appear in one result, and to combine data from multiple tables. And this is the data security, and this is just about protecting the gym data from unauthorized access. So only authorized staff, such as administrators, can view or edit sensitive information like member details and payment record. And this is the data integrity. It assures that information stored in the database is correct and reliable, and the primary keys uniquely identify each record. This is the ethical considerations. Focus on treating member data responsibly, and personal information such as contact details, payment details can only be used for gym-related purposes. So this is the legal consideration, and it ensures that the gym complies with data protection laws, such as General Data Protection Regulatory or local privacy regulations, and that personal data must be stored securely and accessed only when necessary. So in conclusion, this project focused on designing and building a database for a gym management, and the database was carefully planned using an AR diagram to show how different parts of the system are connected to each other. And so this is it for the SQL part. So I would like to share my entire screen for the Power BI question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. My screen. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, sure.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So this is a consumer financial analytics dashboard, and this dashboard is analyzed from data that has been collected from Consumer Financial Protection Bureau across the United States. And these are the top KPI cards, these are the key performance indicators cards, which would show us what's happening at a glance. And we can see that there is a total complaint of 62,516, which is a significant volume of complaints. And the average response time here is 15 days, which shows that companies are generally responding, but there is still room for improvement. And if we look at the top product complaints here, we would say that checkings and service accounts has almost 40% of the complaints, which means that, this shows that they are the most problematic products. And regionally, South leads with about 37% of total complaints, which immediately flags it as the hotspot for consumer complaints. And this is a total complaints over time, and it shows that complaints change over time, and we see a steady increase from 2017 with a slight decrease in 2019, but reaching its peak at 2022 with a total number of complaints of 12,936. And this tells us that complaints keeps increasing over time.
5 minutes more.
Oh, okay, sir. 5 minutes. Okay, so we've seen where complaints come from. So let's move to the sub-issues, the issues and the sub-issues. So over here, we can see that managing an account has the highest percentage of issue with about 24.17%. And here, this is the company market share to complaint rates. And this tells us that even though complaints have relatively low market shares, they still have a high complaint rates. And here we can see that submission channel, web has about 72.66% of complaints, which means that customers prefer direct and digital way of complaining. And here I grouped the companies by their size tier, and it shows that the smallest company have the highest complaints over the period of time. And this is how the company responded. At the top, the average timely response is about 93.61%, which is actually a good rate. And we also see that an average complaint, the average complaints per company is 58%, and there's a notable increase from the previous year with about 12.74%. And the fastest response channel here, I compared the response speed by the submission channel, and even though web has the highest submission channel, email and fax still came on top with the fastest response. Because of my time, I would move to the next one, which is the credit risk analysis. So this is also an interactive dashboard that talks about the credit risk analysis at Nova Bank. And this is an interactive dashboard. These are also the top KPI cards, and excuse me. This page answers how big the problem is. And we have a total loan amount of $312.43 million. And these are the total defaulted amounts. No, okay, sorry. So this is the overview page. So we have 32,000 plus of loans that were issued out, and only 25,000 plus came back as being paid. And there's a total default amount of 7,108. And looking at the people that defaulted the most under employment type, we can see that those working full-time have the highest default rates, even though they were the one that collected the highest loans. They have the highest default rates here. And for the loan purpose with risk, it states that those who are collecting risk for the sole purpose of debt consolidations, that's collecting loan for the purpose of paying another loan, also have the highest default rates. And yeah, this classifies home ownership, and it says that those that are renting an apartment also have the highest default rates here. And yeah, age and gender also matters, because those that are above 60 years defaulted the most when it comes to loan repayments. Moving on to risk drivers. So this is a loan to income versus debt to income correlation, and that's a correlation coefficient of 0.83, which shows that there's a strong relationship between loan and income. And this basically means that the higher their loan compared to their income, the more likely they are, the higher the chance they are likely to default. And over here, I can drill down here. It shows that those that are renting an apartment, that's the highest default rate, and those that are unemployed too has the highest default rates. Moving to customer segmentation. Yeah, I grouped loan grade, and those with the lowest loan grade have the highest default rate and loan 10 months, which means that those with low loan grade and those that are renting, those that are for those that are collecting loan for above 24 months have the highest default rate. And
please round up, time up.
Okay, sir. Even here, across countries, debt consolidation still remains the highest default rate for loan purpose. So, in conclusion, this does not mean that Nova Bank should stop giving out loans, but just to apply stricter rules to those that have the highest default rate, like those that are collecting loan for debt consolidation, or those that are renting an apartment, or those that are unemployed. Thank you.
Wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. Well done. Well done. This is a good presentation. All right, Mr. Lawrence, let me give it to you. Please unmute yourself.
We should say thank you to you, actually. When you started, there was this deep side when you started, like you were nervous, but your presentation wasn't, right? Thank you very much.
Thank you,
sir. Walked us through, everything, and then you even gave more insight. Thank you very much. The only thing you did not do is that you did not tell us why we needed to do regular backup under this security, but it's fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Lawrence. Yeah, Said, are you there? Okay, so while we are waiting for Said, okay, Said.
Yeah, I was muted. Yeah, that was so you told us the story, which was what was missing before. You were able to tell us the story of the problem you're trying to solve and what you want to make out of it. And you were able to present some of the insights that any stakeholders will want to see from a dashboard perspective. I think you'll be able to bring that very well. So the same story I told the other person is that why you're looking at the numbers, why you're looking at the insights, why you're looking at your different charts. There's one thing we call white space during our presentation. Something to create curiosity around all of the insights you're sharing to your stakeholders. So you can make your research around it. While you're making a presentation, there's something called white space that you can also add to your presentation. You give them that curiosity that what is she going to tell us next? What is she going to tell us next? So try to incorporate some of this into your presentation. It can make it much more interactive whenever you're having those presentations. But all in all, it's a wonderful presentation.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Said. Yeah, Mr. Dimeji. So, okay, so while we are waiting for him, yeah, so one thing I can also pick from there is making use of your bookmark, so that instead of going through those pages one after the other, if you made use of the bookmark, you just need to click this icon and it's going to take you directly to the pages.
Okay, sir.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I think Mr. Dimeji is busy. So we'll go to the next person. The next person is Anoluwapo Daramola. So we have a guy now. All right, please, you can start.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
And can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Daramola, and I'll be going straight to it for constraint of time. I'm starting with Power BI, and this is a screenshot of my Power BI page. I'll be looking at the analysis from 3 angles, from the complaints, from the company, and from the outcome. 63,000 complaints were recorded, and out of this 63,000, it happened to be equally distributed within the region. We have the West, the Midwest, the South, and the Northeast. And the volume of the complaint was stable from January till May. There was a bit of down peak from May to June, then an increase again. So majorly we had a bit of reduced or decreased volume within June, September, and November. The complaint, the channels engaged were web referral, email, fax, phone, web, and when you look at it, there's a bit of equality in the distribution with respect to the channel used in sending in some of those complaints. And we'll look at the operational responsiveness. And when we look at this, we have 100% timely response rate, and we have average of 15 days resolution time. Okay, so going to the complaint by product, this angle shows the complaint by product, and some of the major ones we have carrying most of the highest volume happens to be complaints that has to do with cash flow and credit access. So these, for instance, we have checking, we have credit card issues, we have credit card reporting. So it just meant that most of the complaints we had were coming from were tied to daily cash flow and credit access. Okay, and the year is just giving us a bit of insight into the different region. I would have been able to show this better if it was on the Power BI. Okay, so I'll go to the next screenshot, and from the next screenshot, what we have is the count of complaints by complaint size. So when we look at the complaint size, we see that most of the complaints came in were tied to the smaller firm, right? The smaller firm had almost approximately 70% of the complaint volume, right? Followed by the medium-sized complaint, then to the larger large complaint, and this goes to show that the structure that the smaller firm had built are still not sufficient to enhance their service rate, and they probably need to do more to be in a position to serve the customer better. Okay, so I also have something here that talks about the complaint count. We have 181 complaints involved in this. Then looking at the repetition score by the complaint type, so we have different repetition score, and we see that we have repetition score of 100. This would have been better on the Power BI. I would have been able to play around with the parameter, but this just gives this particular visual just gives an insight about the repetition score against the size of the organization. Okay, so I'll go a bit further. So I have this showing the complaints by enforcement history, and this shows that most of the complaints were not really resolved, right? So that the complaint had communicated to the customer, but really didn't resolve some of the issues, because when you look at this visual showing the yes and the no, we realize that most of it were not really closed out. So this year just gives a bit of explanation, brief explanation. I have something that says count of dates received trended up to 4.7% increase, while complaints remained relatively constant between January 2017 and December 2017. Just a brief insight. Then we looked at the cases, the complaints that were closed with explanation, we had 77.2%. We had complaints that were closed with monetary relief, 24.1%. Then we have those that were closed with non-monetary relief to be 8.7%. So this year, this complaint ID by region just shows the number with respect to region of the complaints. Out of the 63,000 complaints, how the complaint came in by region. Remember, we had said that the complaint came equally from all the regions. So this just shows the distribution of how the complaints came in. All right, and okay, so this is just a video. This is the interactive screen recording of what happened on Power BI. I will move from here. I'll go to the other data that talks about the credit risk analysis. And from what we have here, this is trying to show how different group of people, what their attitude is to credit, to loan, the default rates, and all that. So for this particular segment of my dashboard, this is showing the default rate by home ownership. And like most of my guys have said, it is discovered here that people with rent who are paying rent are the highest defaulter when it comes to the loan, while the people on mortgage seems to be a bit responsible when it comes to repayments of the loan. I need to talk about the total loan here. So this segment talks about the total loan, the total default rate, the average loan amount, and the average interest rate. Okay, so we come here, and this default rate by employment type tells us, shows us how the people who are unemployed are also part of the people who significantly default when it comes to repayment of loan. And the people who are employed, the fully employed, actually happens to be the lowest risk. So if we are trying to rate them with respect to the risks, the risk possibility, it shows that the people who are fully employed are the least, they are safer. We can say they are in the safe zone to give out loan to, while the people who are unemployed are the highest, are likely going to be the highest defaulter when it comes to repaying the loan. This just shows the loan distribution with respect to the country. So we have more in the UK, followed by equal distribution between the US and US and Canada. All right, then I have here, what I have here is talking about the sum of loan to the income ratio. I know Mr. Lawrence is going to say something here. However, this is the best I think I could get under the particular time I have. Okay, so this is just trying to show that the ratio ranges up to 0.9 for some clients. And what that tells us is that high loan to income ratio indicate potential over leverage. So these clients who are close to 0.9 should be flagged for closer review. They should be properly monitored when it comes to giving out loans. So this is just trying to show the grade, the loan grade with respect to the country and the region where we have people taking the loan. So my last take here will just be the recommendation. I just want to talk about the strategic recommendation. And what this is talking about is that we should prioritize lending to home owners and full-time employees, right? Just from what we saw in the visual, from what we saw here about the default rate. And this also talks about reassessing risk model for unemployed and renters. Maybe a better option has to come up on how to address the unemployed and the renters, because they are the highest defaulters when it comes to repaying the loan. We monitor high loan to income clients for early interventions. We explore country-specific default strength for targeted strategy. Or then we have to refine suggestion to Nova Bank, refine loan approval criteria for ventures loan to unemployed applicants. I think at this point I want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. Let me give you that clap. Well done, well done, well done. All right, Mr. Lawrence. Have you muted? You are muted. Yes, yes.
Must I always confess? All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anu. I like the confidence in your voice, right? One can tell that you took your time, and then when you are explaining as well, you go beyond what you are presenting to us, right? Meaning that you took time, to do all of this. If you go back to your first chart, your very first chart, I was going to critique your very first chart.
This one, the Excel or the Power BI?
No, the Power BI.
Okay, so this is Power BI.
That donut chart, right, didn't quite do justice. The only reason why I will spare you is because you used percentage. Go back. I want us to see it together.
Okay. This is it, sir. Are you seeing my screen?
It's not moving from here. I don't know if it's on my end.
Yeah, it's up here.
Move to the next one. Go to the next one where you have
Can you see
that
it,
chart. Number 2. Yeah. Okay. So this donut chart, right? I don't think is the best you can do. But the only reason why I will spare you is because you use the percentage, right? Usually, when you have data that is so close in terms of numbers like this, it's advisable not to use donuts, right? Especially the one in the middle. So the one below where you have complaint by company size, right? You can see the discrepancy, right? But for the one in the middle, you see that it just looks like a beautiful picture, kind of. So, but because you used percentage, then there's noise on the background. So because you use percentage, right? I will let go. But overall, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Lawrence. Okay, Said. So while we wait for Said to unmute, so one of the things I detected here is on the Excel. So on the Excel, the last one, that's one you use for the loan grade. That loan grade should, is it Excel? Yeah, this one, yeah. So this should not be a pie chart. I mean, you can use a bar chart for this. It will represent it better than a pie chart. Okay. Yeah, Said, are you there? And Mr. Dimeji, if you have any comments. Godwin, if you also have any comments, you can. So overall, you really tried. Yeah, thank you so much.
I have a comment, please. There's one thing I noticed from all the presentation I've seen so far. Please, there's a book called Storytelling with Data, right? I think for all of the applicants and all of the participants who have presented so far, those who are going to present, I think you should get a copy. I'll look for the name of the author, but the title of the book is called Storytelling, like Storytelling with Data. What it does is that it allows you how to structure your presentations whenever you are. So I'm seeing donut chart, I'm seeing pie charts for also items that are more than 2, more than 3, which is creating some kind of color wheels, which is not really good for presentation, especially when you have stakeholders who want to see the percentage of the share of what you have within each presentation. So just go through that storytelling with data for everybody who is going to present. Then it will also help you to adjust some of the things that you have within your presentation. So that's one thing I noticed. Then secondly, the outlook of the chart or whatnot. There's something called cognitive flows. There's something called for us in Linda, plotters, right, within a chart. So all of these things I'm talking about is you can find it in those books, in that particular book I was talking about. So it allows you to clean up your charts, make it much more presentable to all your stakeholders. But all in all, that's just to enhance what you currently have. I say a lot of insight into what you do, but that will also enhance whatever you're presenting to your stakeholders. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Said, for that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Euro. Thank you for the wonderful work. All right, so we'll go to the next person, which is Modupe. Yeah, Modupe, if you're on the call, please, you can quick start. Can unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, you're muted.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good
Can you see my
evening.
screen now?
Not yet.
How about now?
No, you're not sharing it. Look, it's coming up.
Is it up now?
Yes, it's up now. We can expand it.
Yeah, is it okay now? I still need to expand.
Yeah, expand it. Just expand it to the fullest.
Okay.
Only see the half of the page.
Huh?
You can click on that box to expand everything instead of moving it with the mouse.
I'm trying to do it. Sorry, just a moment.
No, the next one. The next one. The square.
This?
The one right
Hold on
after.
a second. Let me just share again, please. How about now?
We are waiting for it to come. Yeah, it's coming up now. Yeah, it's
Now?
not your sharing. Yeah, click on that, expand. Yeah, now it's okay now.
It's okay now.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And go ahead
Yeah.
now.
Well, good evening, everyone. I want to talk about this consumer financial complaint analysis for the USA government. And I want to start with the key insight into my dashboard, which I have to explain every parameter I have inputted in my dashboard for more understanding. This shows my total complaint, average response time, timely responses, the complaint by region, which shows my Southwest, North, and Midwest region, with the South having the highest percentage of complaint. Then by size of company, I have the small size company, medium size company, and the large size company, with the small company having the highest percentage of complaint as well. Then the states that has the highest complaint volume goes to California, followed by Florida, Texas, and New York. Then complaints by the product type. And I have my highest complaint coming up for checking and service of account, followed by credit card, credit reporting, and the rest of it. So now this is the outlook of the dashboard I've been able to come up with, having the insight on the key that I've just talked about. And you can see that the total complaints products is the checking of accounts, then this complaint by state, which goes to California, company size. The smallest the company have the highest complaint volume, and this is it right here. And this is a complaint donor chart by submitted via maybe by web, referral, email, fax, phone, and the rest of it all, with the highest channel, yeah, the highest channel being the web. So also I have another dashboard that talked about the complaint outcomes. There are some complaints that were closed with explanation, some with monetary relief, some with non-monetary relief. Then the enforcement history, which means complaints involving companies without making it mandatory. Then company making it mandatory that they have to attend to the complaints. The monthly complaint trends as well. Then the company public response, that is, companies often attribute complaints to third parties, maybe misunderstanding or the use of opportunity to clarify the policies they have in the company. And this brings us to the second dashboard I've been able to create, with the ones closed with explanation falling at about 65.35%. Yeah, the one with monetary value 25%, then closed with non-monetary value 8.68%. So this shows the complaints and count of dates received by months. Though the dashboard is interactive, I'll still show us how they interact, but this is just an overview of what I've been able to come with the company, with this company public response, telling us that company believes complaints created principally by actions or third party attitude and the control of directive from the company rather. And this shows us the company by enforcement history. Some with enforcement history, we have the highest percentage being more when it comes to enforcing it, which means no means you are not enforcing any sorry, you are not enforcing any complaint, or maybe you are not blaming any customer on the complaints they brought in. Then kind of market share percent by company size. So this shows the small, the medium, and the large company, with the small company having the highest complaint volume. Now, this is like an overview of the old dashboard, and now it's interacting. Like the total number of complaints when it comes to California, Florida, Texas, New York. New York, when you click on New York, it shows the other parameters that is going on in that region, maybe by census region, by size tier. This dashboard just shows us that if you pick one region or state or any form of complaint or a particular time of complaint or the response time, it will give you full details of what is actually happening, or how the complaint were closed, how the customer were compensated, and the rest of it. So there are other key insights to it too. The outcomes, which I've also talked about, then the issues that are leading to monetary relief. The common issues are fees, account management problem, and service-related disputes, which means those that were not closed with monetary relief doesn't have to, the complaints are not really that cogent, so they have to like just compensate them with their words and with their words and just apologize for any inconvenience they might have caused. So that's the end of my Power BI presentation, and that takes me to the
6 more minutes.
Oh yes. Hold on a second, please. Okay, and this takes me to the database design for a fitness gym management system. I have chosen a fitness gym management system as the application area. And from my experience in health and wellness communities, we are tracking membership, classes, participation, and all of that thing when it comes to fitness is essential for smooth operation. So this system is just designed for local fitness to manage member registration, membership description, trainer assignment, etc. And this fitness gym operates with several key business scenarios. For example, the business rules, where members sign up or purchase a particular service, where the member have to, like, okay, when the new user join, you have to pay for your service and you provide details. Though these details are actually protected by private policy, that your details will not be given out. So, but for the gym to run, you have to provide your details, like after selecting a membership type, your name, your phone number, excuse me, email address, and all other information which we have to put into a data to be able to keep track of the members. And also for my ER model, I use a data modeling approach to design
your
ER
screen is
model.
not moving. If you
Oh,
your screen is not moving in your slide, we are not. We can see your slide, but we are only seeing the first page.
oh, okay, hold on. Okay.
You can stop presenting, then present again.
Okay, it's not moving. I'm trying to move it in. Okay, let me just stop sharing and share again. Can you see it now?
Yes, we can see it. So you can use F5 so that we can see it in full. F5, let's use this icon under to make it big. Yes.
F5.
Yeah, that's okay. Just click that thing you wanted to click.
Okay.
Great.
Is it okay now?
Yes, coming up. Yes, it's okay now.
It's okay now. So these are the
you have 3 minutes more. You can leave all of this and go to the main one.
Okay.
You have 3 minutes more.
Yeah. So now based on what I have been able to come up with the information I got from the members, I've been able to create tables, and these are the table statements I created. Like I created a table for members, the membership type, the trainer, class, the table attenders, and also on this of security. The SQL server I built, I built this SQL server to have features like Windows authentication, logins with strong password, so that there will be protection against injection with, let me say, parameterized queries in application. And for the integrity, we leverage on declarative constraint, PKFK, and the rest of that. So this is the outlook of my table. When I created the membership table, the parameters under it, the member ID, which is the primary key, the type ID, start date and end date. Then for the type ID, we have the type name, duration, months, then the trainer ID too. And also for the attendance table, the class ID. So I've been able to do that and create a query, which is to retrieve recent attendance record with member and class details, which we include only their name and the dates they attended. And this is the outcome of the member name, the class name, and the date attended. Also, the second query, we retrieve classes with their trainer names join across class and trainer table. So this is the outcome of what I've been able to get concerning on this. We have the trainer name, the schedule time, and the class name.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for sticking to time. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. Yeah, Mr. Lawrence.
All right. Thank you, Olua Modupe. Your presentation was more like we were gisting, right? In-depth knowledge, you're just taking us through, and all of that. But I have concerns about, let's go to the, okay. Go back up. Yeah, so somewhere here, you can stop here. No, where you have these wordings. Not the dashboard now. The dashboard is the same feedback, right? Same feedback,
Okay.
right? Avoid notes and the rest.
Okay.
Then it's complaint by timely response. I don't know what you want us to see here, but it's fine. All right, but go to where you have those wordings, right?
Yes.
No, not the.
Okay. My insight.
Not the,
Okay.
yeah, key insight and all of that. Okay, so here, something like this, right? I can separate the header, right, from, so each of these header, like my own knowledge of header, it should come in caps. You have, bigger fonts and all of that. The one you need to put in italics, you put in italics, right? So it's very, very important because you're actually doing it like a presentation. So, and then if possible, right, just like was suggested, you can explore other alternatives instead of having, something like this. So it's all jammed together. So I can't separate them, right? But it's very important since you are doing a presentation to have, everything the way they should be, right? Can I use arrows, use all of that. So that's just like the feedback. But overall, it's a very good presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Lawrence. Yeah, Mr. Said. All right, so I actually like the fact that you make use of that video. So even if you cannot display it through the Power BI, you're able to use the video in your presentation and it is clear. Well done. Yes, Said, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, good one. Just like the previous suggestion and recommendation we made the other time, make it simpler. I think you communicated the story better than what we've seen so far. And the ways you tell us the story you're trying to, the problem you're trying to solve, the background to the problem and all of that. That's very, very important. Speaking on the slides that you have now, there's a lot of tests in front of your audience. And trust me, your audience, they don't want to see a lot of tests in whatever you're making. So for proper presentation, probably next time, probably we can have it within a table that you can show us. That would be much more better. If you can have it, maybe within a table, you have it structured. At a glance, people can read what you have in the table. But if you have too much text, trust me, people will get bored. As somebody said earlier, that you don't want to do a presentation while everybody is sleeping. And that's when you have too much text in your presentations. So just take those feedback then. All in all, well done.
All right, all right. So thank you so much, Modupe. Yeah, Mr. Funsho, are you here? Mr. Funsho, are you here? Do you have any feedback for Modupe? No, I'm not sure. I think he's busy. All right. So if there's no more feedback, we go directly to the next person. So what?
Well,
once again,
for me, what I want
good.
to actually, Alaka, what I want to actually say is that she was actually copying directly and pasting it here without refining it. Okay. It's easy to know, and we all know where she's copying it from. So the thing is, your audience will actually know where you are copying it from. People are not mad, right? Because whoever your stakeholders are experts too, just that they have multiple things they're doing, right? So one of the things you should also learn, like she has said, you need to buy that book. You need to, so the feed you find yourself in is what you should actually work on. You find yourself in a feed where you constantly speak. You work on your speech. which you are good at. Now you'll find yourself in a field where you also have to constantly do presentations. So your presentations should align. Now, you were very good. Like the other guy, he wasn't good at speaking. What he was presenting was good. Now you are good. You were copy pasting from somewhere that we all know, and you are not refining it. See, I don't know how to babysit people, but I tell you the way it is. Please, next time, or in a fashion that you want to excel, please work on your fonts. We always say here, if you are dealing with your resume, it has a specific font. If you are dealing with presentations, deal on your font, make it presentable, and make it. The other people before, like he's and the other guy, it was very good. So a lot of things are good here, but where you place the wordings are the places that have the issues. So for me, you are great, perfect. You don't have issues with facing the mirror and coaching yourself, but you have an issue with copy pasting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Uba, for that. Thank you so much. All right, because of our time, we'll go to the next person. Patrick. Patrick. Okay, Patrick, you have the floor now. The time starts now.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. You can go ahead, please.
Hello, Patrick. Please go ahead.
Can you see my screen, please?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. So regarding the SQL, I choose a football club database management system report. And this project presents the design and implementations of a relational database system for a football club management system. The purpose of the system is to manage players, coaches, training sessions, attendance, and payments efficiently. The database is designed using SQL and follow best practices such as normalization, data integrity, security principles. This report covers the full database lifecycle, including analysis, design, implementation, querying, and governance considerations. So, based on the requirements of this section and the details we follow, the chosen application area is football club, as I said earlier, management system. This is an existing football club that formerly consider doing things manually. And looking at the question and what comes into my mind is to actually present this and ensure that everything regarding this local football team is being recorded and has a database being built for it. So, and the entities, these are the entities that involve players, coach, training section, whereby before any team member can actually attend any section, it has to register, and each of these players, they are allowed to attend any sections of their show, depending on if they've made registration, and the mode of registration is payment, making payment and having what? A membership ID card. And these are my table design for this database, where we have the primary key and the foreign key, and everything actually centered around the primary key itself, especially. See, the database normalized to third normal form, the first and the second. All non-key attributes depend on the old primary key. Third normal form no transitive dependencies. All fields depend only on the primary key. Then assessment is implementation and data governance, creation of table. These are also necessary before a database can be created. So these are the mode in which I use to ensure that the table are created successfully. And these are the query after the, because actually after the two database was actually created, and the first one based on the issue I was having with my software, I had to create another one, and the queries were passed, and I was able to get needed results based on the instruction given from this project. And here are some of the queries that were passed. And these are some of the queries that were passed, and that takes me to number 2 sections of this project that have, which is CFPB Consumer Financial Complaint Analysis Challenge. This, and which is the Power BI, and the requirement is to create a dashboard. And the dashboard analyzes consumer complaint to identify problem area in products, region, and company responses. The dashboard allows filtering by region, product, state, and company. All charts update automatically when a filter is selected. This helps exploit patterns without technical complexity. So as our instructor has earlier said, that our dashboard needs to be an interactive one. He said why this analysis matters: consumer complaint reveal consumer pain points, complaint signal product risk and service quality issue, insights help CFB reduce risk and improve trust. As we all know that many financial institutions or organizations, and whatever, be it business, be it financial or not financial, we know that the customer actually play a very vital role to ensure continuity of every business. The continuity of every business depends on customer, because if any organization are not be patronized, it will be difficult for that business to stand. So this is the reason whereby the complaints of this customer are really a key insight for this organization to know what they are doing right and the area that actually need improvement. And this section, the questions are: when do complaints rise or fall over time? Where are complaint hotspots located? Which product and issues generate the most complaint? How well do companies respond to these complaints? Are some companies or traits associated with worse outcome? And this takes us to the Power BI dashboard that explain or provide answer to this question. And here is my dashboard. And as I said earlier, it's an interactive dashboard. This is my slicer, and this is average response rate. And before that, this card also shows details of the total complaints over time, which is 62,516. Average response time is 15.09 per minute. And total complaint by year and quarter, we can see the trend from this line chart, whereby these complaints range from 2017 to 2023. And I can understand that what we are actually seeing here is from 2018 to 2026. My focus is actually centered around when we have this trend of complaint, when it rises. It's just like someone in a bank say, okay, we are having a network issue today, and after some hours, it is being restored, and many companies, many organizations will not pay attention to that. But when these complaints of network issue rises, maybe from 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 1 month, it becomes what? It becomes an issue that needs an urgent attention. So this is the reason whereby my focus is from 2018 to 2022. And from the line chart, you can see how the complaint rises and falls within time. And what are the total complaints by state? California happened to be one of the major regions in which this complaint rises, and followed by other regions. And most of these regions are actually located in the United States. Then I have a tree map here that is showing the major issue relating that generates these complaints. And as a financial institution, checking or saving account is a major issue with a banking institution. And this alone has a negative impact regarding that financial institution or organization. And since checking or savings account is actually the major impact, and you can see that from credit card, take the second chart on the complaints percentage. And I have another chart here that says average response time by company size tier, enforcement history, enforcement history. So from medium, from small to medium, we understand that actually the small complaints, the small companies actually generate most of these complaints. And a lot of factors can be considered to see that or to understand that reason, maybe based on their capacity or their inability to manage this distress at time. And the total complaint by issue, actually, as I said earlier, managing account is actually, and from the column chart, we can see here that managing account topped the chart. And going forward as well, we also see that timely response by channel and total complaint submitted via web actually topped the chart of 45,000, which is 72.66% of this complaint. And total complaint trended up, resulted in a 77.90% increase between 2017 and 2023. So this is all about my dashboard. Is an interactive one and it's very straightforward for even to a layman to understand how this actually affects or what are actually the major issue relating to this
4 minutes more
generated from the customer. Data limitation. Some data field require correction, submission channel, and data was not available. Analysis focused on reported complaints only. Summary. Complaint rise and fall over time. Hotspot exists in specific states, like as I earlier stated. It's a few product causes more issues. Responsive speed varies widely by company. Slow responses increases customer risk. Recommendation. The recommendation is that.
Please go to the next question. 3 minutes more.
All right. All right. The next question is Nova Bank Credit Risk Analysis Challenge Report. And which actually is just about a default rate, and we understand that organization, financial institution has the ability to issue loan, and there are a lot of factors that this organization considers. And for example, like the past default indicator is a very big signal for every financial institution to pay attention to before issuing loan. Age as well and income level, because it is very difficult for a financial institution to issue a loan to someone that has no income. And when you look at these details, because of time, I can't take all of this one after the other. And here is a dashboard that actually tells more story about how Nova Bank Credit Risk analysis, and how we have a total loan of 32,571K loan exposure 312.3K, total default rate of 7,109, and the portfolio default rate of 21.8%, loan to income 0.29%, debt to income 0.32%, loan interest rate of 0.33%. Default rate by income group. This is another major area whereby I know if this individual are giving loan, and actually what determine ability of somebody to secure loan from any organization depends on your income, age as well, and past default rates is also one of the factors that need to be considered. It's a policy implication. It's to reduce risk while maintaining fairness. Lending policies should prioritize affordability threshold, debt to income and loan to income, adjusted pricing and proactive monitoring of early warning indicators. Risk-based actions are more effective than blanket restrictions. The analysis demonstrates that default risk is systematic and predictable. Affordability and leverage are the primary drivers, with pricing and loan structure acting as amplifier by focusing on income-aligned lending and targeted risk management. Nova Bank can materially reduce losses while supporting responsible credit access.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the wonderful presentation. Okay, Mr. Lawrence, you have anything for him?
Yes, I have a lot for him. Patrick is my guy, so I have a lot for him.
Please don't have Patrick, a lot. Thank you. We still have 2 more people.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Patrick. So first, your dashboard is quite busy, right? Avoid too many dashboard. You can split it into 2 actually, right? Nothing says that all your presentation must be in 1, right? You can split it into 2. You just need to look for like related ones. Move it to the next sheet or whatever it is you are doing. Move it to the next one, right? Then avoid the urge to read directly from your screen, right? It's not just like we've said this over and over again, right? Sometimes you just need to use bullet points and then buttress on it. So for the sake of time, I'll just end it there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. Yeah, Mr. Said, you have something for him?
Nothing from my end.
All right, thank you so much. So next person is John. John, please. Your time starts now. Yes, go ahead, John. John, you are muted if you are talking.
Sorry. Good evening, everyone. My name is John, and thank you for the opportunity to share my work. So first talks is the SQL project, which my talks about an auto detailing service where it's a car wash service where you can come in and register as either.
Your screen is not shared if you are sharing. I mean, we are already seeing blank.
I'm sharing my screen.
Let me see blank screen. It's cool.
Your screen is not visible yet.
Yeah, you can stop sharing and reshare.
Okay. I'm sharing. Can you see my screen now?
Coming up. I just in blank. Maybe you I need to select what you are presenting.
Yeah, I'm selected my stop sharing.
Are you using double screen or single screen?
Yeah, I'm using double screen.
Maybe that's the reason why.
Hold on,
make it duplicate or remove it.
Okay. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
No. No, can't find it. Can't see anything.
I'm sharing my screen on the main laptop now.
Still blank. Okay, you might need to maybe leave the meeting and rejoin again. Yeah, Hamid, are you ready for us? Hamid.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, please, you can start now. Why we?
Please, good evening, everyone. My name is Ademi Ahmed-Olamide. But unfortunately, please, I won't be able to share my screen because I've been trying to connect with my laptop.
Oh.
It's not working now. That means I joined, and I don't know why. This here in front of me. And I don't know how to connect it. I've been trying all this while. It's not working out.
Okay, we are sorry about that. We are sorry about that. We actually need you to share your screen for us to understand what you are presenting.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know how to go about it. I'm so sorry for that, sir.
No problem, no problem, no problem. All right, we can take yours another time. Yeah. All right, thank you so much. Okay, so John is here. John, you can start again, please. And check. Good. We can see your screen now. Yes, we can see your screen now. So please start. The time has started. You can unmute yourself, please, and use your video.
All right. Thank you very much. So, SQL it's based on auto detailing shop, especially in vehicle detailing and vehicle cleaning. That's of both exteriors and interiors of cars, and it gives service for people who want to register as a family who have multiple vehicles and people who want to come as individuals or who want to, and then also gives room for paying monthly subscription based or paying as you go, a pay as you go service. And then also allows room for bringing your vehicle to the store or to the shop or calling to come detail your vehicle on your site. So the SQL basically answers the question of how to make the business solution easier to run. So that's a business analysis. It's for basically customers or families who have vehicles and they want their vehicles to be detailed. Like I said, you can schedule your detailing ahead, or come in, or work in, or bring in the vehicle all the time. So, what are the business rules that we have here? It says that we can have multiple vehicles under one instead of having multiple accounts for an individual. You can create as much booking as you want, for your different vehicles, and you can also decide what type of service you want. Is it on site, or you want it to be done at your location? You can also choose how you want to make payments, be it monthly subscription or pay as you go. And each booking that you do, it gives you one record, so that there are not multiple records in the system. So now the scenario I used is a client who has subscribed for car washing service for himself and his family, who has chosen the monthly subscription fee, and wants the deal to be done at his place. So the system is supposed to confirm the payment, the type of service the client wants. The client wants the service to be done, and how the client has chosen to pay, and then if the payment has actually been done. So the data that the system collects is the customer's name, the customer's basic information, name, phone number, the type of vehicle, the service they want to do, what service they want to do on their car, when the booking date, when the cleaning is supposed to be done, the type of cleaning they want to be done on their car, and where is it at their place or on site. So this is my my model diagram. It shows the customer is the primary key to vehicles, and the booking services and payment methods and association method. So these are basically my entities and the attributes that I used to create the SQL table. And then kind of the normalization I used both I used the 1NF, I used 2NF, and then I used 3NF to avoid multiples, or to avoid repetitions. So this is my the sample statement I to make the SQL database. This is the sample statement to create my database. This is the and the query to start into the SQL database. Also, sample queries. Like now, I wanted the SQL to like give me a list of all the customers that are booking. So like this is sample query that I use to call out the customer that carries the vehicle name, their booking date, and where they want their detailing to be done. Also, this samples query also uses the join function. So like I called up information from both the customer table and from the vehicle table and from the booking table to give me the booking ID of the customer and the date of their booking. That's for the SQL. That's for the SQL.
We only see the business analysis rules and scenario. So I don't know if that is what you are talking about. So your slide is not moving.
Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, we can see your screen, but it is static from my side. I can't see your slide moving. You can stop your video. Maybe it's as a result of internet. You can stop your video and check it.
All right. So that's for my SQL statements.
Stop sharing and reshare. It's not.
I've done that. Stop sharing now. So for
share now.
For my let me see the entire screen. Can you see my screen now?
I think it's coming up. It was as a result of your network. Yes, we can see your screen. Yes.
Okay, so for my Power BI, I'm sharing directly from my Power BI dashboard. So this is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Basically, the data. What I basically did on data was I cleaned the data. I removed the data that are not needed. Created a date table. I also formatted the data to give me my to create my my visuals. So the
maybe you have it on your other
can
screen.
you see my dashboard?
On this main screen, we can only see your desktop. So maybe it's sharing on another screen. This is your desktop, not your Power BI. So I think it's open on another screen. You can bring it here, or you share that screen. Okay. Yes, we can see it now.
Okay, all right, sorry. So this is my Power BI dashboard. I compared the complaints and the channel of submission, and it shows that from web, they are most people prefer to submit their complaints via web as compared to most other channels such as referral or phone or through postal mail. And you can see that it's email web referral and fax have the lowest complaint submission rate. Okay, if you look at over the time, this is how the complaints trend has moved over time. You can see that there was a significant increase in the complaints in 2021, and then it was rising, and then there's a high rise in 2023. Also, complaints by state, you can see that California has the highest complaint level of about 30.7 thousand complaints. Also, you can see the response time by submission. Even though web has the highest submission rate, the response through email has the highest rate. So that means that they respond faster via email complaints as opposed to web complaints. Okay, on my second page, as you are showing the complaints by products, and you can see that the checking or savings account has the highest number of complaints with over 20,000 complaints, followed by the credit card or prepaid card complaints, then credit reporting and credit repair also all the way down. And if you look at total complaints by issues and company response to their consumer, you see that while managing an account has more response. The issue of management of accounts has more response as compared to the checking of account that has the most complaints. Then we come to the complaints by sub products, almost same as credit complaint by product as well. The complaints are about the same thing, showing that sub products and products have almost equal amount of complaints. Then on my final page, this is my filter to drill down the complaints based on dates and product or the issues. So there are a total of over 1,000 companies in the data set, and then the average response date from each company is about 15 days. Like it takes them to respond to query from the time of the complaint to the time of response, and then the response rate, time response rate, is about 93.7%. As about 93.7%. And this bar chart here, it shows the response speed by company. So company 10 has the highest lowest response speed with 15 days, while company 9 has the highest response speed between 10 and 15 days. Then you can see that then this is a breakdown of complaints by each company, and you can see that the total complaint from
3 minutes more.
Comfort One is about 61, and then the average response is about 17, with their response time response being 100. So let me go to my my Excel.
It's showing on your other screen. You might need to bring it here. Great.
So this is my credit risk. So this is my credit risk analysis from Nova Bank, and the total number of loans that it shows the total number of loans that they give, the default rates, the interest rate, and the average loan to income rates. So what I did here is I grouped the borrowers based on their employment status, and based on what they want to use the loan for. So you can see that the people who work full time, and it shows that people who work full time and what they decide to the loan they take, what they use it for, and their default rates. Also, the people who work part-time, people who are self-employed, and people who are unemployed. Then also we have the default rates by the purpose of loan. So now those people who take loans, who take loan to pay off another loan, they have the highest rate of default. Whereas those people who take loan for business ventures tend to repay back their loan timely. Now also I grouped
2 minutes more.
I grouped the loan to income by default. So the people who earn high tend to pay their loans or tend opposed to the people who are low income earners. Also, I looked at the interest rates and default rates. So loans that have interest tend to they tend to be defaulted on payment, whereas loans with low interest are paid off from easily. Then I compared countries, that's the countries that were provided, US, UK, and Canada. We can see that people in UK take lesser loan, whereas people in the US and Canada have almost the same amount of loan take ratio. Then how employment or own ownership affects the payment of loan. So people who work this is people who work full time, who own homes, who are renting, or who are paying mortgage. Then I looked at the risk segments to see what is who are safe, and where there's which is safe and which is risky. So we have there are high rate of risky lenders. Okay, so basically I did policy recommendations so that that loan amount for the high loan to income borrowers should be capped instead of an outright rejection. Then also shorter loan terms should be offered to people who are applicants who are borderline risky. Then interest rates should be avoided, so it should be lowered just to avoid pushing borrowers into being defaulters, and also that early risk borrowers should get financial education to know how to better manage their finances. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that wonderful presentation. So it's actually the last person to present. So it's time to give his feedback and overall feedback to everyone that have presented. Any advice to support them as they are leaving the school, what they need to do. Okay. All right. Let's start with Mr. Lawrence.
All right. Thank you very much. Even though there were network issues, and then your screen was blurry, I couldn't see much of your presentation. But from the little I could see, I see that your charts were like top notch, right? Even though I couldn't see them clearly, but I saw like the bar chart and all of that, they were top notch. And then there is this thing with your flow, right? You speaking, and I'm convinced, even though I'm not certain whether what you're saying is true or not. Overall, good performance. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Lawrence. Okay, Mr. Godwin, you have something for him?
Oh yes, he actually did very well because the little that we saw was actually very great. The only deficiency there is that he has bad internet, so you still have to work on that because we have some students that work remote from this school. At least we have about 2 or 3 or 4 that I know of in Nigeria. They work remote. I just spoke to one some days ago. So you need to work on your internet, and it's good. I know that it's a first step. So you need to always have contingencies in place so that you wouldn't give excuse in anything you're doing. But you actually did well, and that I can give you the props for it. For the rest students, because this is the end of everything, then we're going to work on your on the job part of it. So one thing that I will always say, which remains the truth, is that IT is Nollywood. So we all learn consistently. You must understand that this is not the end of your journey. Acting in Asaba will get you nowhere. You will end up like Chiwetelagu. You will not get to Lagos. Never. So you will not get to the New York Hollywood, right? I'm using what you know as an example for you. So what do? Our Oga mentioned what is going to happen in the future. When we are saying the future, it means from this year. From this year on, there are many courses that are going to start coming, which has to deal with AI, right? There is data science, right? Because it's more deep dive than what you have gotten now, right? You have to work yourself to understand Python more, because we are now in a world where nobody can wash away Python, right? Nobody can wish it away. So even if you are very good now with your Excel, with your Power BI and the rest, you need to now work on these new things that are coming. For example, autonomous data pipeline engineer. There are many of them. AI-driven data quality engineer. How to use AI to clean data. These are the things you should now be learning. These are the things you should now be improving yourself on. If you stay here and believe that you are going to be able to compete, you are lying to yourself. So in our world, you need to consistently evolve. Today, you are an actor for a village movie. Tomorrow, you are acting in Hollywood. That is how our industry works, right? So you should be able to consistently study, consistently. And those materials we actually have, right? And we're going to be placing the Udemy link for you, where you can get all the courses for free. It's free. We already have it. So, but if you are not getting these courses and studying them and improving on yourself as you are applying, you will not be on the top. So, because that's where you should be. So that's my advice to you. Understand that what you are learning or what you have learned is good, is great. It can get you a job, but consistent learning is the best. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Godwin, for that. All right, Said, do you have something to say? Thank you so much, Said, for this opportunity for joining us. It's actually almost 12 a.m. here in Qatar, and we'll be going to work tomorrow morning. So thank you so much for joining, Said.
Yeah, I think everyone has said the right thing. Like having to start a career, especially for those who are trying to cross carpet from one line of career to data, can be very overwhelming, right? You're looking at having to learn different tools. Within maybe short time of 3 months, you'll be able to learn a couple of things, and that's your starting point. And my own story was when I started around 2019 or 2020. I didn't even know there was something called data analytics or data science or AI or whatnot. I saw a problem where I was working, and I started using Excel to solve that problem. And that translates to different roles where I started using different tools and technology. So the point is, the tools are there for you to do whatever you want to do. Somebody just mentioned Python now. Python is one of the tools that I use on my own daily activities of what I do at work. But the most important thing is for you to now develop interest in consolidating what you've learned today to get to where you are headed to, right? And another thing I need to be very, very careful, like people get lost in the tools and they forget the basics of why you are even doing analysis. So just take, for instance, somebody wants to become a data analyst and the person is visited that, I'm very, very good at Excel. I'm very, 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 I don't really like Power BI. So don't get visited on a particular tool, right? If there's a tool that solves the problem, that becomes your next challenge to go and learn how to do that. In fact, when you get to some organizations, the tool that you are conversant with might not be readily available for you to work with. They will tell you, we don't have this tool. This is what we have. For those who are experienced in the field, they will tell you, in this organization, we use Tableau. Maybe you'll be learning Power BI. And the same principle, the same knowledge you've learned in Power BI, you can easily transfer that knowledge to Tableau, just by learning one or two few concepts, So the point is you have to learn and learn and learn. That's the way you can even get ahead in the career point. And the moment you get your career on point, you get one recruitment and you are able to show your work experience from those jobs that you'll be able to learn. Trust me, it becomes easier for you to get another job to, probably leave Nigeria to wherever, anywhere in the world where you can work, because the language or the tools or technology you are using globally is the same thing. The problem you are going to solve in the same thing. In the banking sector, where I'm coming from, banks are always trying to solve a problem. Banks want to make more money. How do they want to make more money? By giving credit to customers, by recommending products to customers, right? And be able to prevent fraud in the system. Today, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, bank, as long as they are still traditional banks, those problems are still going to be there. And your knowledge of data and how you'll be able to analyze data will help you to solve those problems as you go on in your career. So to everybody who has spoken today, all the best, all the feedback everybody has said about your presentations, your delivery, and whatnot. Please make good of those recommendations and suggestions, as everybody has said, and we'll meet you guys as a colleague, as we have it in the borders come of the data world eventually. Yeah, thank you, Alaka, for inviting me also, and thank you to others judges and other speakers on the call also. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much, Said. Thank you so much. Yeah, Mr. Dimeji, if you are still with us, is there anything you want to
Bros, what do you want again from me now? You never do.
A final word. Final word.
Law school.
Father's blessing.
Okay. Maybe. What do I say now? I've said a lot really, but it's just that we just need to be consistent with training. A lot of things are still going to come up. Those things that will come up, we need to latch on them. It's very important. It's very important because outside this one now, some of you will find yourself on the data side of stuff, life where you'll be churning out data. It's much more than you have learned. But what you have learned is the ABC of what we are talking about. Right. What you need to get there is what you have learned, but there is a lot more behind this thing. And I see some of you could become data architect tomorrow, which is very rare. I don't know if you have noticed, not many people talk about data architecture everywhere, right? Is a highly technical part of data, right? That you just have to go technical. This one is not management, it's technical now. Because you can imagine you are pulling data from 10, 20 different sources that are not, normally would never make sense to anybody. But you need to make sense out of the data. So some of you will become data scientists tomorrow, some will go the AI way. But if AI is the way, start now. Don't stop. Look for the next training on the part of AI. You must choose a part. You can't be everywhere. If you ask me, I never thought I started like a data analyst. Right. And some of you will have Googled me and see, or go to my website, oladimejikazeem.com. You'll read a lot more. So I started that way, but somewhere I became head of IT, here and there, but those ones are just by the side. Until I found my way back to this side of life. So please take this very seriously. Make sure in a week you do something. If you don't do it, you will forget. As I'm seated here, there is hardly 24 hours that I don't write Python code at my level. I've done 20, how many years experience? I'm 27 years experience, 27 on the job, right? But I can tell you, there is no day in my life till today that I do not write Python code. As I speak to you, is in front of me, right? Is what I work with, is what I use every now and then. And if you don't know it, you are not ready to onboard on the Python journey, on the AI journey, because that's the language of AI. So please, let's take it seriously. You guys have done a good job, at least, to have gotten to this level. And I know you can do a lot more. You have what it takes. Don't look at money. If you don't have the money, go borrow it to make it happen. And I'll tell you why. You're not borrowing to do party. You're borrowing to invest in yourself. That's the truth of the matter. You borrow, invest in yourself, 1 month salary can clear it off. So I think I've said enough. I wish everyone all the best. Aziz, please give them access to my whatever they want, anybody, let them have access to me and let's see how it goes. There will always be opportunities. I remember, was it not last year I engaged some 2 boys in Nigeria? So there will always be opportunities. There will always be. There will always be. Then again, something is about to happen in Nigeria now, and I'm the one pioneering it. So keep close contact. You never can tell. You may be one of those 2 people, 2, 3 people that are bringing on board, right? But something is very close to happening as we speak. Let's keep talking. Let's keep collaborating. Let's keep chatting. Remember, as many as connected to my LinkedIn, you have access to over 30,000 networks. I say 30,000 networks. That's the maximum LinkedIn allows. So if you don't have, if you are not allowed, that means the limit, I've got you to the limit. So what I do is I take some people out to allow some other people to come in. Because I got to 30,000 in 2021, not today, 2021. So please, but you can follow. I write articles every Monday. Every Monday there is an article called The Why. Why as in WYHY. The Why in AI. Then I write another article on AI control. I pioneer the global AI control series. Global. I pioneered it. I started it in the UK. I started it. It's becoming a global movement now. So please, let's connect. Let's share experiences. Learn from some of us. From the little experience that we have, it can help you. We never had the opportunity of somebody holding our hands. I never had it. At least I enjoyed it anyway. At least you need to pay myself for free. I enjoyed it. Some of us never had the opportunity. So we burnt our fingers together. As we're breaking, we're fixing, breaking, fixing. But then, thank God, at least God has brought us to where we are today, to the glory of his name. But the bottom line is that, just face it. That's my best advice for you. Any direction you decide to face, it is only anything, and because I trust it, you will see that it becomes game changing tomorrow, and you will see light. You will see light. You see light. I was right in that space called Nigeria by God's grace in 2007. That was when I got the first job that took me out of Nigeria to Nairobi, all the way from Lagos. From there, I was moved to Uganda. From there, I was moved to South Africa. From there, I moved to Dubai. From here, I went to Morocco, in the UK. It's the same Lagos, the same Nigeria, where every one of us are. Right. So there is nothing that is not impossible. Please, let us try. We can get it, and we can do that. We can do a lot more. You guys have done well. To have paid something to do this means you are serious about tomorrow. So, and as I wish you all the best, like I've said, don't leave a focus. Focus is the key thing. If you don't focus, you'll be like a piece of paper. You know what happens when breeze blows? The piece of paper, it just be moving all over the place. That's the way a piece of paper is. But if you have a focus, you just stand like a rock. So when the wind blows, you are just standing. Even when the whole world is complaining, you just be smiling. Why? Because you have that inner joy in yourself that you are developing. I wish you all the best. Have a good evening.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to stay. I mean, we have used up more than 4 hours on this call and you are with us. We really appreciate your presence, sir, and the fatherly advice.
What's that?
What's the problem, sir?
What's that? In fact, as you could go, láti gba gbogbo owó tí mo ti fi kọ́ ẹ. Ó yá, sanwó mi. In fact, ó yẹ kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bí ilẹ̀ ní sí.
No problem. I'm already letting you see.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ ṣàánú ọ̀gá wa.
Ọ̀gá mi kẹ̀. Ọ̀gá mi ìgbà tó ń gba gbẹ̀mù lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ lófò, nọ́lẹ̀gì lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ lófò.
Ẹ̀yin ọ̀gá, ẹ ṣàánú ọ̀gá wa. Ẹ̀yin ọ̀gá, ẹ ṣàánú ọ̀gá wa.
Anyway, so guys, so please let's connect and let's move the boundaries. Let's move the boundaries.
Yeah, thank you.
So
thank you so much, sir.
Go check. I'll try and push out some things. Monday is almost here again. I post almost every Sunday and Monday. So some things will come out. There'll be something on the tax system, the new tax system. I released the app this morning. That app is not in Nigeria today. Nobody can code it. I released it this morning into Nigeria. It is called taxeasy.pro. Taxeasy.pro. You can do whatever you want to do about your tax from there. Right. It was really this morning, and as I speak to you today on this call, when we started this call now, over 30 people have logged onto it. Since we started this call, because I'm monitoring from here. Right. So today alone, I've had almost 200 and something people that logged onto it. Funny enough, 50 from the US. So please, let's connect. There is a lot you can gain. If you go to my newsletters, there are so much of repositories there. And if you go to oladimejikazeem.com, go to the blog site, you will see a lot of repositories, a lot of things there. And if you go to other places. Medium, you'll find my articles there also. So please, I wish us all the best. Feel free to ask questions when you are stuck. And God will help us all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, sir. All right, so on the final note, we have used a lot of time. So before we close it up, I mean, as you all are aware, we have a monthly data challenge, which, I mean, we started posting it last month. I'm going to post for January. So please, it is every month. This is a global challenge. Make sure you participate in the challenge. This thing, the more you do it, the more you know it. If you stop doing it, you might forget. But the more you, at least make sure you do one project in a month, at least. Also, for everyone that I've presented today, we are going to be moving you. I mean, if we have cleared every other things that you're supposed to clear, we'll be moving you to Open My Offer Letter group. So on that group, that is where we send job application, any information on new thing, we put those information on the Open My Offer Letter group. So, and if you have any question, please feel free. I mean, as you are graduating from us, you are still part of the community. We are together. Anything, any information, anything that can help you. And if you have any job, a job interview request, let us know. We can help you, we can prepare you for the job free. Okay, and we can, in every way we can support you, we'll be able to do that. So thank you everyone once again. We are going to close it now, and if there's anything, we'll let you know. So Mr. Lawrence, thank you so much. Mr. Godwin, thank you so much. All right, bye.
Bye, sir. Bye, Mr. Lawrence. Bye, Mr. Godwin. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you.